Good morning. Actually, no, let me stop, because we all know it's not the morning. It's good after morning. How are we all doing? Welcome to twitch.tv/IceCreamUploads. My name is Graham Day, and I'm joined by the man that we call Bibby. I'll read Bib.
Good morning, sir. How are we doing? I thought I'd just turn my mic off with my nose then over the top of it.
just
catch you out a little bit there.
How are we all doing? If you're in the chat, please do feel free to let us know that you were there. Just like, how do we say this? Is this Instick the Rocks, or is it more like Theroux, like Louis Theroux? How do we say this? But anyway, welcome in. Thank you very much for dropping into the chat for the very first time with a big hello. Good to see you. Good to see you. And everyone else, actually. Gribs TV's dropped a follow. Kraken 4 hours ago dropped a follow. Appreciate you, beautiful people. I'm assuming that is the Hover Gang still doing Hover things. By the way, shout out to anyone that does support us on Hover. We have just hit 3,000 followers on Hover last night. Was it last night? Maybe sent me a message over.
Yes, it was last night, yeah.
So 3,000 on Hover. Nice. You can see some of our best bits going up on that channel. Same thing with Instagram. Same thing with other channels, and even more soon, TM. You will see us doing a similar sort of thing on YouTube Shorts and TikTok too, but not yet. Now, stick to the Instas and the Hovers and the Tweeters for occasional bits as well. Nice. Anyway, welcome in. Do you all have a good weekend? Do you have a good weekend, babe?
I did, Graham. Yes, we finally got to go on stream yesterday, albeit 1,000,001 different technical difficulties. But eventually, we wanted to play Skyrim. We managed to play Skyrim. So all in all, very good weekend. What about yourself? I saw that IceCreamUploads went live on Saturday afternoon. Saturday morning. How was that?
You were out with the afternoon, though, because we went live in the morning, and then we were live all the way through the afternoon and into the evening. It was a good old day. We had some games. We got to play with Alotus UK, Nichio. We jumped in with Kane. We had Big Ham on for a few early games as well, and then a few extras from Kane as well. So we played with a lot of people over the Saturday. It was a good day. I think we only actually managed one win, but there was all of the content. I almost got a game that would have been a win by itself, even though it was far from a win. It would have probably died with still 50 people left, but there was me, Kane, and two people I've not played with before. All three of them got killed, so it was just me left, just about to finish the stream. And I don't know if you've seen on Tego, the new map, there's like little buildings that you need a secret room key for. You go into the room, and then there's like a cupboard that you open. But in the room, it's kind of like a mini warehouse with only one door in and out. So I went, a full team of 3 went into this door and shut it behind them, and then I parked a car outside of it, and I was crying because I was like, oh, these guys are going to get stuck in there. I had no nades or anything, so I was just sat there watching, waiting for them to die to the blue. Fuck. Unfortunately, they managed to get out. I took one of them down with me, but yeah, it was almost content games. It was a very good content day. Only one dub, but good days.
Have to get that chick clipped up today then.
Yeah. Anyway, if you are in the chat, please do feel free to let us know. Please do feel free to get involved over. Actually, do you know what? I'm going to use this opportunity to throw back to you and ask you to just pad a little bit about yesterday's stream, because I've just realised that I am probably, like a few others in the chat, haven't actually shared our social media posts about going live today. So I'm going to do that right now. So, baby, do tell us a little bit more about Skyrim yesterday. What was it like being back?
So yeah, I mentioned yesterday that I've been waiting for this moment for a while. I hadn't played Skyrim since my son was born in late December, so I was excited to get back into it. I vaguely remember where we was up to, and we was having a fight against Alduin, which we kept on dying on the stream before last. And then we boot into it. We only died once, and we ended up taking him out. So yeah, that was quite nice. But yeah, it's Skyrim. What more can you say about it? Is the greatest game to ever grace this earth. So yeah, getting to play more of that is a dream come true. How much more padding do you need, Graham?
Well, I have just shared the post on Twitter. If anyone else wants to do the same thing, let me just drop you the link in the chat. Boom, there you go. There is the link to our Twitter post. I am now just double tapping on the reel on Instagram and instantly sharing that to my story too. So if anyone else wants to do the same thing, feel free to do that. You don't have to, but we appreciate it, because Twitch is kind of like a meeting room We're all here. We're all talking about video game stuff. And we're going to talk about video game stuff for the next hour. But if people don't know where the meeting is and when it's happening, you don't really get many people talking. So do feel free to let them know that they can come in. If you don't know what they're coming in for, well, let me tell you. As you can see on the screen, my name is Graham. This is Bibby. We are Ice Cream Uploads, and in true Ice Creamy fashion, this is The Scoop, the UK's #1 video game podcast. If we do say so ourselves, we go live on twitch.tv/Ice Cream Uploads each and every single day. But for the weekdays, we go live at 10 a.m. We go live on twitch.tv/Ice Cream Uploads at 10 a.m.-ish each and every single weekday. It's now 20 to 2 in the afternoon, so it's a big old ish, but it's fine. We have an emote. You can use it whenever you want. Whenever you hear the word ish, or whether you just want to throw it in for yourself, then feel free to do that. Obviously, you have to be a subscriber to access those emotes, but we do go live on Twitch, and if you are in the chat, we want you guys to get involved on behalf of everyone else that watches and listens on demand, because we are live on Twitch right now, but the live stream gets turned into a podcast, a video on YouTube, and an audio podcast on iTunes and Spotify and SoundCloud and Google Play. So there's lots of places where hundreds of thousands of people, well, 105,000 people at least, have listened to this podcast on demand. So please do feel free to get involved on behalf of all of those people that don't get to sit here with us live on Twitch. Before we jump into any of the video game news, and we do have some spicy stories for you today, I must add. Today's a good news day. Before we jump into the news, let me remind you, ! Loot drop. And ! Hats. The reason I put them both together is because the loot drop is the way that we give back to subscribers. One subscriber gets a prize every month, and this month's prize is not going to be this that's on my head. Let me rebrand. Thank you very much, Illvision. But I need to usurp you today to get the old Ice Cream Uploads baseball cappage on. Nice. That's a nice hat you've got there, Bib. It's beautiful.
I know. I just tilting my head maybe like 20 degrees just to be able to get the badge in. The badge in.
Nice.
Like I'm wearing a stony.
So yeah, these are Ice Cream Uploads baseball caps, and we are going to make them available to everyone starting this week. Nice. Okay. So do you know what? We can even start it right now. A little birdie tells me that Bibby can drop a link in the chat. Oh, press the button. He's going to push the button. Boom! There we go. That is a link to a Google form. If you are interested in buying the ICU baseball cap, you don't have to be. This is purely for those that want them. A lot of people have asked for them, so we've made them available. All you need to do is fill in your details on that form. We will then send you an invoice over, and we'll send it out. That's it. That is the link to sign up for the first ever drop of ICU official in-house merch. It's these. The baseball caps. Flat peak. Oh, no, wrong way. The flat peak, that way, or curve peak. Whichever one you want, we have both options. So use the form, fill your details in, and then we'll send you out your invoice. Pay it, job's good, and you get your hats sent. If you're not interested in the hats, don't worry about it. You could still win one, though, just for being a subscriber to the channel. We have over, what was it? We've got 59, 60-ish, somewhere around there. I don't know. I don't have it on. There we go, 59 subscribers right now. That will change before the 7th of March. On the 7th of March, that will be the day the loot drop is drawn. One person that is a subscriber to the channel on the 7th of March will be picked to bag themselves a prize, which will be an ICU baseball cap of their choice. Nice. So, lovely. So if you want the hats, there's the link to the form. Do feel free to send your details over. All, what's the word I'm looking for? What's GDPR approved and stuff.
Yes.
So we're not going to be selling you details. We're not interested in marketing towards you with other stuff and that. We aren't doing any of that data retention stuff. We're just getting your details so we know where to send your hats. Literally, that's it. So if you're interested, feel free to get involved. If you're not, don't worry. It's good. But as for news, actually, do you know, I was going to show you the form just to show you what it looks like. But I realized I had to, I have to open it up in a different window because it shows you your email address that you're currently signed in with. So I've had to open it in a different window, which hopefully is what that is. Yes, there you go. So that is the form. ICU hat drop. Orders for our ICU hats are now live. We will be shipping them out in batches of around 10 or so, and it will be first come, first served. If you're in the batch, the first batch of buyers, we will contact you to take payments once we have worked out shipping costs to your destination. Once the first batch is completed and fully shipped, we will then move on to the next batch. Payments will be done via PayPal. As always, thank you for your support, and of course, stay frosty. All information will be will be deleted once your order has been completed, and we have sold it onto third parties for masses of. No, it doesn't say that actually. No. We're not keeping your data. It's just to send you the stuff. So if you want an ICU hat, the form is now live. Just fill in your details. We will then reach out to you and let you know where you can pay. Jobs are good then. Lovely.
Yeah.
Exciting. Who'd have thought? Like 2 years ago, Neely, when we first got these hats, just so that we had something cool to wear on stream, that other people would have been wanting these hats. It took us a little bit of time because, you know, we had to. When people go, oh, I like that hat, I want to buy that hat. It's usually just that I'd like one as well. And then when it actually comes to it, it's like, have you got any? And it's like, oh, actually, I didn't think this through. I don't.
Well, it's now just gone live in Discord as well. So if you are watching this live, then chances are you need to be quick because the emojis are going really fast on that Discord post. So we will see.
Nice. Just dropped in to wish you a good show and a lovely day on my lunch break at work. Madge, I love you. I love you,
Madge.
Before you disappear, what are you having for lunch? Give us the details. We need the important facts. This is the need-to-know information that people need to know. Yes, we are here to talk about exciting video game stories, but Magic Man's lunch is a little bit of a priority. So, yeah, do give us the details now. Jackie Madge, thank you very much for dropping in. We appreciate that. Good to see you. But speaking about big stories, Moist is not the story. I've just seen him in chat as well. Mr. Alotus, UK, the Triggermeister is here. So yeah, welcome in. We are here to talk about a bunch of stories today, and today's story is that not only can you sign up to get yourself an Ice Cream Uploads baseball cap, but you can get yourself a free 20 quid gift, well, $20 gift. As the first story says, free Vanguard and Warzone gifts worth $20 are being given to players following a Season 2 delay. Do you know what? I actually received an email on that on the weekend and ignored it because I thought, scam bullshit. Not scam as in like, I thought it was proper Activision emails, but I just thought it was like clickbaity stuff like, we're giving you really good value stuff, honest. And then you get in and it's like, oh, once you've bought the next 7 seasons of content. So I just went, nah. So it turns out I was ignoring stuff that was actually decent. So Activision has also been running a double XP weekend, or is also running. I don't know if it was last weekend or the weekend to come, so we'll go through that information in the first story. We then jump into something that, honestly, I have mixed opinions about. I should be a little excited, bearing in mind that I'm not a big fan of the game right now, but I'm actually a little bit disappointed, and we've been talking about this on our internal Slack this morning, but Street Fighter 6 has officially been announced at the Capcom Pro Tour Finals. So Street Fighter 6, I mean, that's why I should be excited, because it's Street Fighter, and I used to love Street Fighter. I don't play Street Fighter anymore, not very much, but it's yeah. Do you know what? I'll leave it. We'll put a pin in that. We'll come back. It's not quite as good as it should be. Not for me. Anyway, let's see what you guys think. We then will jump in for a quick look at WWE 2K22, a game we are hyped about. We wanted to play a lot of 2K20. It didn't quite meet our expectations, so we've kept an open mind and shelved 2K20, waiting for 2K22. We have some exciting stuff to share with you later this week. Some of the stuff that we have planned for 2K22. But keeping the pace up, there has been an independent hands-on, and do you know what? This might just be shit hot. That's actual words from the review. It's not actual words from the review, but it's looking good. We'll then jump into Nintendo land as we have some news that 6 new Pokemon announcements are coming this week, and Nintendo Switch completely continues to sell like good old hotcakes. So if you're interested in Nintendo Switch news, do stick around for that. But right now, Call of Duty Vanguard, would you like 20 quid's worth of items? Bib, what you saying?
I mean, anything for free, Graham, I will absolutely take it, regardless of whether or not I'm going to play it or not.
Here come the money. Well, do you know what?
Here it goes.
Money talks. Money talks. 20 cash. I want it, please, Vanguard. 20 cash. You've given it. Whoa. Hey. Tom Ivan at VGC has this story. It says, free Vanguard and Warzone gifts worth $20 are being given to players following a Season 2 delay. Activision is also running a double XP weekend for the games. Nice. So Call of Duty Vanguard and Warzone players have been given a free content bundle and a battle pass tier skips reportedly worth $20. Publisher Activision said it's offering players the free gifts as a thank you after it delayed the launch of Vanguard in Warzone Pacific Season 2 due to various issues with the games and 2019's Modern Warfare. The publisher is running a 4-day Vanguard and Warzone double XP event kicking off last Friday at 6 p.m. GMT. During this period, Vanguard and Warzone players can pick up the new Forbidden Sacrifice bundle ahead of its release via in-game stores. Let's scroll down. Quote, this 9-item bundle includes a legendary operator skin, 2 legendary weapon blueprints, 1 reliable SMG kitted for tactical close-range engagements, and a fast-firing assault rifle, pass that one to Lotus, equipped with attachments that help you keep off the radar, and a battle pass tier skip, completely free, Activision said. In addition to this free bundle, players will also get 10 free battle pass tier skips, 11 total across the bundle, over $20 in total, end quote. Players should receive the bundle just by logging in to either game between the start of the Double XP event and its finish on February the 22nd at 6 p.m. GMT. So that's not 6 p.m. tonight, that's 6 p.m. tomorrow. So if you've got Call of Duty Vanguard or Warzone and you want 20 quid's worth of free in-game items, then do feel free. All you need to do is log in today or tomorrow before 6 p.m. Vanguard and Warzone Pacific 2 Season 2 launched on February 14th following a 12-day delay. Do you know what? Oh, well, actually, let's stop because I didn't see the last bit. I must have missed that last bit. Oh, okay. Last week, Activision confirmed that Modern Warfare studio Infinity Ward is leading development of Call of Duty's next Warzone. Okay, that's fine. But this bit, an operator skin modelled after rapper Snoop Dogg is seemingly coming to Warzone. Just imagine that fucking crip walking your way through.
Just fucking firing up on the helicopter before you jump down. And then just picking out your gun, yeah.
The shizzle.
Crip walking. Yeah, that would be amazing. That's quality.
Nice. So yeah, if you've got Call of Duty Warzone, Call of Duty Vanguard, you play the game a lot, you've probably already got it. If you play it sporadically, then I would recommend that you do log in, even if you're not really bothered about skins. I will say, it looks like it's a cool skin. So it's this skin that's on the screen. It looks like a cool skin. It also looks a little bit nondescript. It looks like any other skin. It doesn't particularly stand out. But that said, if all you've got is the basic default stuff and you want something to mix it up, make sure you log in because that way you get the skin. Mm-hmm. But then you get the other stuff too, like the tier skips and things like that. That will save you COD points if you do play the game consistently enough. So make sure you get in, get your free stuff and get gone. I'm a big fan of this though because they delayed the game by 12 days, which is not a very big delay by any stretch of the imagination. Cyberpunk. So 12 days isn't the largest delay that we would see for a game of that size that works across multiple different formats, that has cross-play, cross-progression, all that sort of stuff across PC, PlayStation, Xbox. So to delay it by 12 days is not such a bad thing, but to delay it by 12 days and then give you a massive signing on bundle, I am intrigued as to whether this is an Activision-only decision. I imagine that is, but obviously my gut instinct is to question everything now and go, is this Xbox? Yeah. Is this good guy Xbox getting involved? Anyway, what are your thoughts, babe?
Yeah, they didn't have to do this. They could have just gone, do you know what? We'll wait a little bit longer and then that's it. They didn't have to give you anything. So, yeah, I mean, again, massive props to, I mean, £20 worth of value is quite nice compensation. Like, I know the value is a metric that they can determine themselves because of the stuff that they are giving away. So it could be 100 COD coins or 1,000 COD coins. It's entirely up to them how they want to spread that £20 worth of value. But £20 worth of value for a game that is still extremely hot, and it's not something that they are doing to try and entice you to come back in again. I don't want to say that that's unprecedented, but that doesn't happen very often. So having this massive compensation package, there is no downside to this. If you want to look at any downside, it's the fact that you've had to wait 12 days, but you were still continuing to play the game. You might not just have had that much to work towards. I mean, again, shoehorning PUBG back into this conversation, like Graham's had nothing to work towards for 2 months now, is it? On PUBG.
some minimal opt-in Power Ranger skins, which is just play the game for an hour every day, 3 days a week for 4 weeks in a row, and you will get 5 skins over that point in time. Play an hour a day, which is like, okay, great. It's not really engineered towards winning, so it's just play the game, but it's also no missions, no drive. So it's nice to have. It's better than nothing, but it's not as good as it could be. And it's certainly not as in depth as this. Just yesterday on social media, there is a PUBG console player / streamer / community member called Survivor Number One. Is really positive around PUBG. Is the kind of person that you'd like to follow if you are interested in positivity around news around your game. He's not blinkered like super positive, but he tries to be positive around the game. This is the kind of people that you want to see content from. Anyway, he was talking about PUBG having multiple weapon locations or slots, not weapon, fuck me, so can't even speak, multiple outfit slots, costume slots, wardrobe slots, whatever you call it. So at the moment, I can have my costume, nice, and then I can change to a predefined costume in slot 2, which will change me from my military gear into snow gear, and then into slot 3, which I could change into sand gear or whatever like that. You only get slot 1 for free. To change to your predefined slot 2, you have to spend on that monthly. It's a consumable item that just unlocks you the ability of changing your clothes. And the same thing for slot 2, 3, 4, and 5. So you can have 5 predefined costumes, but you pay for 4 slots. You don't pay for the cosmetics. Well, you do pay for the cosmetics, but is it weekly? Ugh. See, I don't know because I do not pay for this. Anyway, Survivor Number One yesterday was saying how he'd like to see those change to be one-time purchase unlocks. And I was like, I don't want to see that. I want to see that never, ever be hidden behind a paywall. Because if, let's say we jump in and we're hoping for Erangel, so we're all just wearing whatever, and then we decide to be super sweaty or something, so we all go, fuck it, actually, let's put some dark, greeny sort of clothes on because it's kind of a green-rich environment, urban warfare and stuff, so yeah, something like that. And then we get Vikende, which is a snow map-ish. Obviously, they remove loads of snow, but it's snow. So, we want to change to whiter sort of clothing with a bit more of a muddier sort of vibe, so dark browns and whitey sort of mix for Vikende. Nice. The next map comes up, and then it's Karakin or Miramar. So we change to khaki and like dust, sand-coloured stuff. It offers you a physical advantage, the fact that you blend into the backgrounds a bit more. If I went in all white for Vikende and got thrown into a desert map, people will see me. So the fact that people can change their outfits on the fly in the pre-match lobby because they've paid to unlock that, it's a pay-to-win function. It's simply put, it's pay-to-win. 100%. You will never, ever encourage me to think any other different than that. It's pay-to-win. It's pay-to-win right now. You just pay weekly. Even if it was pay-to-win, so you just pay once and then you open the slots forever, I don't like that theory at all. So PUBG at the moment is going, yeah, we can make it so that you can get an extra clothing unlock coupon for a week for 30 days or whatever. Call of Duty is going, okay, here's a clothing item and in-game stuff all for free. Just take it, 20 quid's worth of stuff. PUBG goes, okay, here's 30 G-Coin and you have 30 days to use them. 30 you can't buy anything with, and you only have 30 days to use them. So if you want to buy that thing that's 150 G-Coin, you have to spend to buy 150 G-Coin, and then you have to use it within the next 30 days. It's just pressure to buy. So I'm a big fan of this, because PUBG does a lot of things good, but it does not do in-game purchases and transactions good at all, and that, yeah, is another one. So this, nice. I'm a big fan of this. GG's not PUBG, Call of Duty. You've done well with this. I mean, what that does mean is that they are adding a skin to the game that probably no one's going to buy because everyone has it. But some people might turn up late and go, oh, everyone seems to be running around with this skin and using that weapon blueprint. So maybe this is OP. So maybe people will start buying it just because they see everyone else using it, not realizing that actually you've just been given that for free and you missed out on it. So, okay. But, I mean, do you know what? That could have been an NFT. That could have been, not that it should have been, but games that don't care about their community wouldn't have just gone, do you know what? Season 2, how can we commemorate this? Let's put a skin in and then give it everyone for free. Other games would be, let's put a skin in, but let's just only sell it to 10 people that pay the most, and da-da-da-da-da. No. So yeah, GG's. No NFTs, none of that shit. No weird paywalling, just give it out to everyone. Yeah, get out of here. 7-day coupons. See, that's the thing. I was talking with it last night to Nacho, and I don't know that it was a 7-day coupon because you earn coupons within the game, and I'm so against it that I still have every single coupon that I've earned to unlock those slots. So I could be unlocking outfit slots, but I just won't use them. I would rather have 40, 50, 60, 70, 100 coupons sat there in my account that I don't use as some form of mini protest. Because if I see that, if I'm thinking if I use that, they see me using that as that's another one in that column for people using it. So I was like, nope, I'll just rather not. Thank you. Yeah, it's disgusting. It's disgusting.
Disgusting.
I use them for comps to change to default clothes. Exactly, and that's that. And the reason you use that for comps is because it's a competitive advantage. So you're having to pay for that for a better chance of winning, which is pay to win. Exactly. Perfect. So no, not a fan. For you, absolutely, definitely a fan. If you're playing with FSI and need every competitive advantage that you can get that's within the realms of the game, it makes 100% sense for you to be using it. It's just, if it's a competitive advantage, it should be part of the base game, as far as I'm concerned. You shouldn't be paying on a consumable item or a DLC item. If it's a one-time unlock, that's more like DLC. It's still an in-game purchase, but that's a DLC that's giving you a competitive advantage. Either way, it's still pay to win. So yeah, it's a shame that you have to buy them. Anyway, Call of Duty isn't doing that. Call of Duty is giving you free skins worth 20 quid. Make sure you log in today or tomorrow before 6 p.m. UK time tomorrow. Get your skins. Redeem them, add them to your account. If you're not going to play it, fine, don't worry. I mean, I'm going to do it. I'm not going to use these skins because I have the Ghostface skin. So whenever I jump into Warzone, that's what I will be jumping in as. Actually, speaking of which... Surprise, Sydney. I'm back in the room. Nice. I had that set up ages ago, but lost my Ghostface mask, so I've not been able to use it since. Fuck's sake. So yes, nice. Okay, let's move on. Bib.
Yes.
Street Fighter 6.
Yeah.
Are you interested?
I'm disappointed, Graham.
I know you are. We've been talking about this already on Slack this morning, and think of how cool certain things from your childhood are. Like think of the Streets of Rage logo. Ooh, now that's a good logo. That lives long in the memory. Oh, yes. Mm-hmm. Think of like Sonic the Hedgehog's cool, distinctive style. Okay, nice. Mario, you all know what he looks like. The Street Fighter logo. You know what that looks like? Well, no, you don't. Not anymore. Everything you knew about that logo has just been dissolved and replaced with a cheap, off-the-shelf, like what's that website where designers upload their portfolio? Behance. So you see, like Behance designers will go, okay, these are my example logos. If I was about to design a logo for your business, that is what the Street Fighter logo is now. It's a template holder of what your business potentially could look like. Not good. Street Fighter 6 as a game might be good, but I'm not interested if you kill the design of it. Anyway, if you want to know what we're on about, just stick around. Grab yourself a seat. A Street Fighter 6 has been officially announced at the Capcom Pro Tour Finals. This is written by VASPAAN, DASTOOR, at the Gamer, and the tagline says, "That's a lot of sweat and muscle." I want to stop for just a second, actually. Capcom needs to do a better job at promoting these events, because apparently the Capcom Pro Tour Finals is a major fighting event. We cover video games news every day and have done for over 600-ish days or whatever. And we didn't know this. So when the internet, not just us, but the whole internet was like, "Ooh, are we getting a new Dino Crisis? Could Resident Evil be coming?" And it turns out it's another Street Fighter event. If we'd have known that it was going to be announced during a fighting event, it probably would have saved you from a little bit of negativity.
Good afternoon, gents.
Good afternoon, gents. Gagad with the year and a half. That is incredible. Thank you very much for that level of support, Gagad. We appreciate you very much.
Thank you so much, mate.
I love you. We're currently talking about the fact that Street Fighter is Okay, let me jump back into it. So we've not even started the article. It just says that it's been announced, which should be a celebration. But let's jump in. Remember that countdown clock that Capcom had running? Turns out everyone was right when they suggested that it was building up to the reveal of the next game in the Street Fighter series. Street Fighter 6 was officially announced at the conclusion of the Capcom Pro Tour Finals. Unfortunately, for those glued to the clock, the countdown was supposed to end at 9 p.m. PST, but remained locked until after the tournament ended. Great! That's a great use of a countdown. We are going to count down to a point where something eventually follows. Nice. So not much has been revealed in the 40-second trailer besides Luke squaring off against a very sweaty and very broad Ryu. It's all right, Ryu, or Ryu, however you want to pronounce it. It happens to the best of us. We're all getting broader with age. It's fine. We don't know when it will launch, what platforms it will be on, or who else will feature in the game. All Capcom has told us is more Street Fighter 6 news coming summer 2022. Luke was the final character to be added to the Street Fighter V roster, and some believe he will be the new face of the series moving forward. Perhaps that's why he appears to be so cocky in front of Ryu. I do believe it's actually pronounced Ryu. I could be wrong. I'm still going to call it Ryu because that's what I've called it all my life, by the way. But yeah, considering rivals like Mortal Kombat and Tekken have turned the spotlight over to newer, younger characters, Capcom may also be hinting that Ryu will take a back seat. Earlier in January, the developer teased that a new Street Fighter project might be on the way. Street Fighter will celebrate its 35th anniversary in 2022. Together with everyone who supports us, we have created a logo that will make the 35th anniversary exciting. Have you? Wrote Capcom with translation courtesy of Google. Please look forward to the future development of the Street Fighter series. Not many were convinced by the cryptic wording of the tweet, but the introduction of the countdown clock eventually started getting the Street Fighter 6 rumors swirling. GamesBeat reporter Jeff Grubb was also confident the countdown clock would eventually lead to a reveal of Street Fighter 6. Everybody should expect Street Fighter 6 because that's what I have heard, he said on Giant Bomb's Grub Snacks podcast. This is all we know about Street Fighter 6 as of now, and knowing Capcom, we're going to have to settle for this till more information arrives in summer 2022. I mean, that's not that far, is it? It's only the first announcement. 3 to 4 months is fine. Yeah, okay. So, yeah, nice. Okay, Street Fighter 6 has been announced. Nice. I'm happy with that. Am I a big FGC guy? No, I'm not a big part of the fighting game community at all. I used to love all of the fighting games, all the ones mentioned in here. I've spent days of my life, weeks of my life playing Tekken 2, Tekken 3, a bit of Tekken Tag, but phased off then. Mortal Kombat 1, 2, 3, some of the Sub-Zero mythologies, and then kind of phased off then. The Street Fighters, Street Fighter 2, Street Fighter 2 Turbo Edition, and all sorts of other stuff, yes, and then phased off. But you get the idea is I used to be massively into fighting games and then faded away, like a lot of the world did, because fighting games, like multiple different other games, be that racing games, be that first-person shooters, which then evolved into battle royales or whatever, all have had different times when they've been the spotlight. Fighting game was in the spotlight, and I was a big fan of it then. It's dropped off the spotlight, but I still have a little bit of, do you know what? That takes me back. So when a new Street Fighter gets announced, I remember playing on arcade machines. I remember me and, he's not in the chat, I don't think so far this morning, Fatman Dave 8472, he's my brother. We spent days, weeks, months playing all of the fighting games. So Street Fighter 6 getting announced, I'm not going to play it because it's now 35 hit combo stuff with mega super moves and stuff that I just can't comprehend.
Too old, Graham.
Yeah, exactly. It's not for me anymore. But I'm still, do you know what? For the people that love these games, I'm super excited for them. However, I am not super excited anymore because talking about, they mentioned something that's pretty key for video games in this article, and that is reinvention. Rebirth, evolution. So Tekken and Mortal Kombat have already found ways to pass the torch onto new characters. And they're trying to do this with Ryu in this game by giving Luke the baton to run with. Okay, I'm happy with that. That's fine. If Ryu's not the main character, that's fine. But you cannot, in a million years, tell me that is a Street Fighter logo. That is not the Street Fighter logo. That is a cube with an S and an F in it. And as Bibby said earlier on, the 6, was it you that said it?
No, it's Craig.
Okay, yeah. One of the design team mentioned something. See the 6 there? SF6. Some people are saying it looks like it's a weird logo that's got 6 unread notifications.
Genius.
So I was like, do you know what? Touche. I see exactly what you're saying. That is not a Street Fighter logo. That is any Behance cube-shaped business logo. And we'd shared about 3, 4, 5, 6 within seconds on our Discord this morning. That it's no. I mean, look, let me do this. I don't know if I've even got animations on this screen. Do I have animations? I bet I don't. No. Okay, let me jump over to Gameplay Duos. Like this. KO! That is Street Fighter through and through. If I play that, you know what that is. Oh, wrong screen. You know what that is. It's an MG car logo. Exactly timeless. I'd not even thought of that, but it is. It
for me, it looks like it's been purpose built for the fighting game community's esports. Like that logo would look fantastic on an esports jersey at one of the fighting game championships. That's what I genuinely think it looks like. They've kind of debranded. It's like when ISS went to Pro Evolution, obviously the logo changed and things like that, but it's a new generation of video games. It wasn't ISS anymore. They'd moved over to Pro Evolution. But this is still Street Fighter, so I don't understand why they've managed to change the logo. Like Mortal Kombat have changed their logo over the years, but not to the point where it's the identity of Mortal Kombat has been completely stripped out of it. But yeah, it's weird. It's very modern. I'll give them that. It is very modern, but I think it's got an ulterior purpose to use it. I don't think it was just, we're going to change our logo. I think there is another good reason as to why they've done it, and I genuinely think it's for. I think it is just for the esports stuff. Like but Street Fighter esports seems to be getting bigger and bigger and bigger. I'm not saying that it never has been. I've never been part of the fighting game community, so I couldn't tell you how big it was as a collective. But I seem to be hearing more and more and more about it nowadays, and I think that is a lot more modern. Like football teams change their crest. I don't want to say quite frequently, but enough for you to understand that Manchester City's logo has changed 3 times in the last 30 years. Like it seems to be quite frequent that clubs do that and change their identity to be a lot more modern. Like Chelsea changed theirs maybe 16 years ago. Theirs was horrendous, their old badge. But now it's a lot more modern. It's a lot more recognizable. It looks a lot better when you're putting new branding stuff together. So I don't know whether or not that was another purpose thing behind it, or they just thought, do you know what, we need to change it. I don't know.
I think it could be a bit of that. I think it's probably just that whole modernization thing, because there is the downside with the Street Fighter logo is it's very pronounced. It was made in a time when let me go Street Fighter logo. So I'll bring this on the screen. I've just done a Google search for Street Fighter logo, so it's you'll see a splurge of all of the logos. Okay, on screen. Whoop. It's clear, yellows, orange, and black. So obviously multiple different variations, but you get the sort of feel of what it is. But that's very defined. Trying to put that onto something else, yeah, you can white out the logo like this one here, but it doesn't necessarily fit everywhere, so it does become quite difficult. So I get why they've minimalized it, but there's a bit of just losing your identity when it comes to doing that. Like Street Fighter having that sort of fire was part of its personality, part of its character, and now that looks like something you'd see stuck on an acrylic plaque stuck on the outside of a grey building in Soho, kind of thingy. That's a small marketing agency or something like that, or a bank, or whatever, an independent financial advisor, something like that. That's what it looks like, not Street Fighter. So yeah, like SF6 could full on well be the guy that sold you your mortgage. Yeah, I got a new mortgage from SF6. They're really good. Yeah, they're called SF6 because they're like South Frederick Street, number 6 or something like that. That's why they're called SF6. It looks cool. Don't get me wrong. I'm not against this like entirely. I like this sort of varsity American style font that they've got for the word Street Fighter and then replicated in the number 6. It's quite a simplistic badge emblemy sort of thing, but there's so many things that are just depersonalized. And there was one recently that I saw. Has anyone seen that Riot has changed their logo? So Riot Games always had a very distinct font on the word Riot, and then next to it there was a fist, kind of like that. And they kind of stealthily changed their logo recently. So the font Riot has gone from this sort of like see if I can find it. It's gone from a very character-filled font to your standard sans serif sort of font. Riot logo change. No, Riot login change. That's not what I wanted. Logo change.
One day everyone's going to go back to using Comic Sans again.
So there we go. I'll have this back. Yeah, imagine. So this is Riot Games' logo previously. You can see, obviously, a jagged sort of... Oh. His name is Optimus Prime. Mr. T, thank you very much for 24 months, 2 years. Oh, happy double birthday to you. Happy birthday. Thank you very much. We appreciate that very, very much. We are currently talking about depersonalizing brands, if that's the right phrase. So Riot Games currently has, previously had this font, obviously, a bit jagged, a bit personal, so on. They've decided to make everything be a little bit more aligned, so it's more of a sans serif font. So it's very modern. It's nice and clean. The thumb and stuff follows the same sort of lines. But a lot of long-time fans are saying, okay, you're losing the personality of the brand, and I feel like that's what's happening with the Street Fighter logo change. So Street Fighter 6 could be great. I know it's only a brand, and the game still plays the same. Rose by any other name will still smell as sweet, but. Would you really want to smell a rose called a massive turd? I mean, if someone says, would you like to smell my massive turd? And you go, what?
Mate, I'll give it a miss.
No, it's a rose. I bet it is, but no, I'll pass. So a rose by any other name probably will still smell as sweet, but it's a harder sell trying to get someone to sniff it. So yeah, that's a harder sell for me sniffing it now. It's I'm not bothered.
Not bothered, mate.
Street Fighter, I'm not bothered, mate. But I'm not your audience, so you have, for a specific reason, as mentioned within this article, obviously assumptions-wise, changed from Ryu being the lead character to Luke because you want to appeal to a younger audience. Maybe the Street Fighter branding that me as a 36-year-old man is irrelevant. I'm growing out of a user base that you speak to. Maybe I'm the problem. So, do you know what? Fuck you. You're wrong, not me. It's the children that are wrong, not me. So yeah, there we go. Evo was massive. The fighting game community is still pretty substantial. It's just not as mainstream. No, it is massively. So Enix, who you will all know as being a Halo dude / esports guy, he's a big fighting FGC fan. He's done tons of stuff around that. So he would say the same sort of thing. It's not mainstream. It's still a huge dedicated community of gaming. It's just not the force that it once was, which that's just progression. Not that they progressed to being where they deserve to be, not in the mainstream. Just things evolve, things change, and they were, and they're not the mainstream anymore. You're an SF6. You're an SF6. Yeah. The old logo looked like it was something you would find on a street, like graffiti tag. I agree, and that just it had that character, and it was even given that sort of vibe. Wasn't it on the splash screen? It was like on a brick wall kind of thing on Street Fighter 2. Maybe I'm wrong, but I remember something like that. The branding is reminiscent of an underground dojo or fight club. Don't know if that's what they were going for. Do you mean the old school style? Yeah, I agree. I like that that old school stuff. The new one I don't feel has the same sort of connection to the community. Like, that looks like a dojo that's just had their logo designed for them by a graphics student kind of thing. There's nothing wrong with that, but it's no, it's not for me. I'll step away from it. Thank you. Timeless says, hat response submitted. Get in. Let's go, baby. So if you haven't seen it, we have put the order form for the ICU baseball caps live. The hats that I'm wearing and Bibby's wearing, you can get yourself one of these if you're interested in getting so. Okay, let me...
We've got 7 orders already.
What have we?
Unreal. Yeah, legends.
Let me jump back to this screen. Take Bibby off screen for just a second.
Oh, what?
Because I want to see what Lotus has just sent through. I want to bring this up on screen. Okay, now I can jump back into the call with Bib. And go back to this screen. The new one is very UFC. It is, but also, as Lotus has just sent this through to me, he's just photoshopped the shit out of this. Nice. Where is it? Is it that one? There we go. MG6. So it's just the MG logo with a 6 on the edge. It's not specifically fighting game community, that for me.
Yeah.
It's a car brand that was owned by Rover as being a little bit sportier. So it's your dad's sportier car. That's what it was. Not a fighting game. Okay, great. I'll have an MG ZR. Do you mean like a Rover 6 or whatever, a 3 or whatever it was? No, an MG ZR, mate. Okay. All right, yeah, nice.
I mean, do you feel like the brand stands out more with that logo than it did before? And I know that sounds like a ridiculously charged question because Street Fighter has been going for as long as, well, not that I have been alive because I was alive when it first got introduced to the world, but for a younger audience now, because people our age are just playing it for the sake of playing it, like the esports and the hardcores, we're just not good enough anymore because we're too old. Our reflexes just aren't what they are. But do you think this is to bring a new audience into it? Like this is very Rainbow Six type logo. Do you know what I mean?
Literally, you've just said that I'm going to press one button to make it go full screen, and I've just typed in this word into Google. Rainbow Six logo. Because, like, look at the Rainbow Six logo. Rainbow Six is already at that point. Their branding was always minimal military sort of vibe, and then they minimalized that a bit more a few years back to the point where, I'll just open up this, just the 6. With the gun in it. It's very simple, black and white 6. Or even this one, Rainbow Six Siege, this one with the circle around it. I know it's a different shape or whatever, but you look at that and then look at the MG6 logo that we've just seen. There's not that much difference. So for me, I'm kind of thinking of like trying to stand out in a space where you've got like esports, competitive vibes and so on like that. Esports has always been about cutthroat design, but being individual, and I feel like that's not it. I feel like if I see that, if I was looking at shelves of logos, that would just be another logo that blends in. Whereas Street Fighter, I instantly go, "Ooh, Street Fighter, Streets of Rage, ooh, Streets of Rage." I mean, the reason I have a Streets of Rage T-shirt from Insert Coin is because the brand is on point, and I think the Streets of Rage T-shirt that I've got from Insert Coin is the one that people shout out about the most. So I'll be wearing that T-shirt and people go, "Oof, okay, nice T-shirt, love that T-shirt." And I'll be like, "Yes, Insert Coin, make it yourself 20% off by using code exclamation mark exclamation mark Insert Coin in chat." Nice. But it stands out. People relate, and I don't feel like people are going to see that and just instantly go, "Okay, I relate to this now." That's just the logo that's on the product that they relate to now, which is not the same sort of thing for me. For fuck's sake. What, the MGZR crossover? I mean, to be fair, I used to like MGZRs, to be fair. I always wanted one, never had one, because, you know, I was driving around in a Ford Fiesta. It's all I could afford, but whatever. Capcom paying MG royalties. You never know. Maybe. Oh. His name is Optimus Prime.
Afternoon, gents.
Afternoon, gents. Good afternoon, Cam. Welcome back, dude. 14 months. So we just had an 18, a 24, and a 14 month. Oh, 21st is where all the long-term boys come back, baby. You guys are all in for next month's loot drop, which we can confirm will be one of these baseball caps. We can also confirm that anyone that is after one of these baseball caps, you can sign up for the first drop. There is a link. If you type !hats into the chat, it will give you the link where you can sign up, put your name down, and we can get a hat shipped out to you.
Yeah.
You basically fill in your details. We then send you an invoice and let you know exactly how much it's going to be. It's going to be about 17 quid, depending on postage. If you're not got mega postage, it'll be 17 quid. If it's more, then it'll be more. But we'll let you know. So if you go, actually, do you know what? Didn't realize the postage was going to be that much. Not bothered.
Yeah.
Then it's fine. We can walk away. No harm done. No harm, no foul. Nice. So feel free. What would you consider the best game of all time? I would say, hands down, still Skyrim. Is this Bibby's alt account?
Yeah.
I did. There it is. There it is.
You're never too far away in this bedroom, Graham. You're never too far away.
Just look out of that window behind you, babe. Just have a look out. Oh, look at the landscape out there.
It looks glorious out there today, Graham. Bit cold. Bring a shirt. Bring a jacket.
Oh, I keep switching to this screen, forgetting that I'm in the way. God damn it, Graham. Move. Do you know what? I'm not sure. That's a long conversation for me. I'm not sure what my best game of all time would be. I'd have to probably narrow it down to a top 3 or 5, and then maybe try have some sort of like head-to-head grid to give myself one, which will probably be different from what I would get for the day afterwards, kind of thing. But how do I say your name, by the way? I did ask you when you first came in, but you obviously disappeared because you came back and went, "Hello, I'm back again." Nice. Is it Instinct Theroux? Is it Instinct the Rocks? Break it down. Break it down. Let me know. No click and collect. I mean, it can be. It'll save some money if you're in the Blackpool/Polton the filed area. I mean, Vern could do click and collect because he's like 5 minutes away.
Click and collect. Oh, that's quality.
Speaking of Vern, hey, how you doing, Vern? Lotus says, did you get your 11 wins? I tuned it in at 9, and he says, we got there in the end. Nice. They've announced a new collection of games, even. Announced? Who's announced? What? Who's announced? The MD Gamer. Hey, welcome in. Thank you very much for the first time chat. I'm glad I scrolled back up because I don't like missing people's first time chats because that's the first time you've spoken in the channel. If we miss it, it's not a great sign, is it? So I appreciate you. Was it yesterday or the day before you dropped a follow on the channel? Thank you very much. We appreciate you dropping back as well. Hey. Instinct Hero. With an X at the end. I get it. I get it. Okay, welcome back. Can we just call you Hero, babe? If it is more, then it is more. Never would have realised, Kappa. All right, Lake, fucking hell, calm down. Honestly. I have fat fingers that I'm on. It's only because you put it in caps. I thought you was pointing it out. I thought you meant like they mentioned announced in the article. I get it now. You didn't. I get it. Okay, nice. We'll just back away from that one. Anyway, that's enough about fighting games. We don't want to talk about games where people that are half naked fight against each other, where one person can be the ultimate successor. So we're going to move away from talking about Street Fighter, and instead we'll talk about WWE. Let's go. Naked people fighting each other. Let's go. This one is written by Chris Scullion. Sticking with VGC, he says, hands-on, WWE 2K22 may just be the revolution the series desperately needs. A year on the sidelines has seemingly worked wonders for the ailing brand. Okay, we aren't going to go through this full article because we're keeping up to date with WWE 2K22. We aren't in partnership with 2K. We haven't got any of that sort of stuff on. We are just very excited about getting some quality wrestling content because
wrestling content.
It's one of those things where it's a mix. It's sports entertainment. I mean, it's both things. A lot of people like watching entertaining games. A lot of people like watching sports games. If you get sports entertainment, it genuinely is, as you'd expect, bit of both. So us having wrestling is it's all of the stuff that you want to see from someone playing a football game or a hockey game or whatever, mixed in with someone playing a shoot 'em up but without guns. So we've been wanting to play wrestling games. Anyway, we have been planning to do some wrestling content for over a year, and we have something pretty exciting. At least we think so. Yeah. We think so. Which we will be sharing with you later in the week. So we thought, you know what, we'll keep you up to date. We'll bring you the latest from WWE 2K22. If you want to read through this article, we can give you the link to the article in the chat so you can go through it. We will just give you a little bit of a taste. That's what she said. So that's what she said, by the way. So, Chris Scullion does say, every new WWE game is met with cautious enthusiasm by wrestling game fans, worried that it may not live up to expectations, but WWE 2K22 has to be the most nerve-wracking release yet. It's for good reason too. Last year marked the first time in the series' history that an annual entry was scrapped, with 2K Sports deciding that it needed another year of development before it was ready to return. Excuse me. After all, WWE 2K20 was such Excuse me again. Such a let's start again. After all, WWE 2K20 was such a monumental disaster that even the most ardent fans of wrestling games had to concede that things were in need of a serious revamp. That revamp finally arrives next month in the shape of WWE 2K22. We went hands on it with it earlier this week, and while it's still too early to make a call, we came away from it feeling that it might just provide the defibrillation that the series has needed for so long. Nice.
Yeah.
Does that get you excited, babe?
Graham, I can't even begin to tell you how excited that makes me. In light of this, I may have been creating more ICU merch over the weekend. Would you like to see my new version of an ICU / WWE t-shirt?
Go on then.
How can I send this to you that you can bring up on stream? What's the best place?
You could put the link in the chat, and that will just allow me to open it straight into browser.
It's a picture on my PC.
Oh, okay. In that case, then send it to me on Discord, and then I can open it that way.
Graham, honest to God, right? This will either be one of two things: absolutely fucking horrendous, or something that I am just going to be printing and wearing myself. Put it that way.
I'm intrigued. I am intrigued.
Okay, so you've seen this one already, because this is one that I sent to you, I think, around Christmas time. But I do have a new one.
Okay, I've got that one opened. Do you want me to bring that one up on screen first? Actually, no. You send the other one over, and I'll get them both queued up, and then I can flick between them. Then while we're in the screen.
Okay, 1 second. Let me just make sure I go to the right place. I mean, this is fantastic for the audio listeners, but do you know what? Being here live is where the show's at, Graham.
Goddamn right. Yeah, you people, you know.
Okay, so
I can't wait for this, says Timeless. Graham and Bibby in spandex? Maybe. Instinct Hero says, you guys getting your hands on WWE 2K22? We will be. Whether we have to pay for it or whether we get it through our friends at 2K, we'll be playing it either way. I hope they keep the Fiend in it, says Hero. I'm gonna call you Hero. I'm gonna go that way. Okay. Being here live is where you get the hat orders in quicker. Exactly, mate.
Exactly. Right, so both images have now been sent over to you.
Okay. I will put that one on the screen first. Let me jump back into split screen. Get the bid back. Okay,
I mean, these are highly like, if WWE wanted to, they probably could come kicking down our door.
So, okay, this is the first one. I see you. I see you world order. Okay, give us the details, babe. Tell me the thought process that went through your mind.
So, being an old school wrestling fan, like I'm not up to. I do watch some of the new pay-per-view stuff, but the old school is where it's at for me. The old Attitude Era. That's the generation that I grew up with. Arguably the best generation ever. And a lot of the factions or the stables or whatever it is that they want to call them back then, all had acronyms. They all had is it acronyms or abbreviations? They all had like NWO or APA and things like that. So
acronyms.
Yeah, so as we ICU, it stands for Ice Cream Uploads. I have tried to manufacture ice cream uploads into various different WWE brands in pure anticipation for WWE 2K22 to be absolutely amazing, and for us to be able to, represent the brand in an old school wrestling fashion. So this is definitely right up my street.
Thomas just said ice cream for life, so I just did the for life. Yeah. Okay. So then we've got Ice Cream World Order. That's the first one. The next one.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, on screen now. Give us the details, Bib.
So again, the old school partnership of the APA, the Acolytes Protection Agency, in Ice Cream Uploads font and format. I mean, I haven't got a favorite out of both of them, and this is definitely something that I have created myself, who's not a very good graphic designer, and I've completely bastardized it. But I think it looks quite clean, if I'm being honest. So yeah, I mean, I love this. I mean, if I got one of our designers to do it, it would be infinitely better. But yeah, different variations of ICU. This is just the ICU and WWE coming together. That's definitely my kind of thing.
The APA ones are definitely not happening because Bibby just wanted to do that so we could just start some big high stakes poker game with cigars and mini fridges in the back of the office. Bibby, I've told
I
you.
just have a door with no walls, but you have to come through the door. Absolutely, mate. Absolutely.
You better have done an ICU suck it one. Wait, that sounds very aggressive. Timeless. God.
Yeah, well, I'm working my way through stuff. I've still got like the PSDs, so obviously, if it's something that we did actually wanted to get printed up, the design team could do a much better job than I did. But yeah, it's something. I have a passion for creating things. I'm just not very good at them, so I have to do them in my own style. And if they get done by somebody else who's a lot better than I do, but I just love doing this kind of thing. It's amazing.
Good, very nice.
Just
What
listening to
M8L leads sucker fat one. 360 ml Geno scopes GG.
Oh, that was that was another Optimus Prime session. This time for 21 months from Enix, who says, "Hello, Cheeky Bum Bum. Very good, very very good, very nice, very good, very nice. What mate? Leeds, lel, Leeds suck a fat one. 360 ml Geno scopes GG." I mean, that's like, have you seen that? There was an advert where it's like getting more for your money kind of thing, and it's like, we want to say the deepest condolences to Mr. Smith, who passed away on the weekend, also selling an MG ZR Roadster. 2 previous owners, 55,000 miles on the clock. Get your money's worth. Do 2 in 1. That's what Enix has just done. Hello, Cheeky Bum Bum. Very good, very nice, very good, nice. Leeds suck a fat one. 360 MLG no scopes GG. Just get everything in one. Let's go. Thank you very much for 21 months, Enix. Welcome back. We were talking about you just a few minutes ago, actually. We were talking about Street Fighter 6. Have you seen the Street Fighter 6 reveal? What do you think of the logo, Enix? Give me your FGC impressions. Give me the details. Whilst you type that up, I have just been talking about logo sucks a fat one. Oh, there you go. Nice. Whilst you type that up, straight to the point. Sucks fat is shit. We're talking about the fact that WWE 2K may just be the revolution that the series needs. This is VGC's hands-on. I'll drop the link into the chat just in case anyone hasn't had it. We're not going to go all the way through, but I'll just leave you with this bit that has been pulled out. It says 2K20 just wasn't fun and didn't provide a satisfying enough back and forth like pro wrestling often does. And it appears developer Visual Concepts has agreed, which is why WWE 2K's defensive system has been completely revamped. That, for me, is winner chicken dinner, because 2K20, by the time they'd patched a shitload of stuff out of it, wasn't a broken game. Let's put it that way. People think it's broken as to folk. It's not broken, but it's not great either. I'm not going to tell anyone that it's great. We're excited for 2K22, but we're not playing 2K20 for a reason. And that reason for me is that back and forth. You will watch any 2 wrestlers fight, and then it could be The Rock and Stone Cold, Undertaker and Kane, a couple of the light heavyweights, whatever. One will be on top, and then he'll make a mistake, and then the other will be on top, and it'll back and forth. Nice. This game, 2K20 was okay. I've been beaten up, and I have to wait for 12 hours now for the opportunity to come back. It artificially puts a back and forth into the game that doesn't necessarily mean that you get a chance to come back. It's just them going forth. Oh, great. Oh, fuck's sake. So they're getting rid of that. Big fan. I can't wait to try this out. So yeah, we're going to speak to our homies at 2K and see if they can give us some stuff. We want to get hands on this as soon as we can. So yeah. They have their own style now. WWE 2K22. Not sure I want to play another wrestling game though. Me. I've been wanting to play a wrestling game forever. They just haven't been good enough. This, hopefully, from the sounds of it, could be. Reconnection successful. Okay. Refresh. They've seen the merch. Fuck's sake. Baby does a couple of ICU New World Order sort of like jerseys, and that's it. The stream gets terminated by the copyright police. God damn it. So yes, okay.
Got some cheeky peanuts in there as well, but the stream came on, I just caught myself looking at myself in the preview feed.
What I was saying, though, was if you're not interested in WWE games, you might be interested in Pokemon. And there is 6 new Pokemon announcements which will be made this week. But no Pokemon Legends Arceus news is currently scheduled for Pokemon Day. This, once again, because they've absolutely nailed it over this weekend, has been written by the team at VGC. This time, Jordan Midler says has the story, should I say, which says the Pokemon Company has said that it will make 6 announcements this week. The Pokemon Company will share the news every day this week, starting today, February the 21st, leading up to February the 27th, which is Pokemon Day. Revealed by the Pokemon Company's Japanese Twitter account, the announcement will cover Pokemon Masters EX, Pokemon Sword and Shield, Pokemon Cafe Miss, Pokemon Unite, P25 Music, and Pokemon Go. Strangely, the newest Pokemon game, Pokemon Legends Arceus, is not listed. However, it's likely that the Pokemon Company would save any Arceus news for Pokemon Day itself. Pokemon Day celebrates the anniversary of the franchise's release in Japan with Pokemon Red and Pokemon Green for the Game Boy. Currently, no Pokemon games in the main series are currently announced. This is the longest the Pokemon Company has gone without revealing what they're working on since the announcement of Pokemon Brilliant Diamond and Shining Pearl and Pokemon Legends Arceus. It's been speculated that the next generation of Pokemon games could be announced as part of Pokemon Day. Generation 8 began with Pokemon Sword and Shield. The second Detective Pikachu game is still in development according to new recruitment advertisements for its developer Creatures Inc. Okay, we'll stop there. Mm-hmm. Are you interested in any of the Pokemon news, Bib? Give me the details.
I am, yeah, but like I said in the article, I think Pokemon Day will see the biggest news. I think this will just be like little subsidiaries, little side projects and things like that, or updates to older games. I think they're going to leave Pokemon Day for the real juiciness. So, again, I know Arceus is an absolute banger at the moment. People are thoroughly enjoying that one, but go into this one with very small expectations. I can't see this being an absolute wall-to-wall chock-a-block of a show. I think you're probably going to wait till Pokemon Day for that, if I'm being totally honest.
Yeah, I mean, if they're doing an announcement a day, I think it's probably one of those. Like, it's not going to be the greatest hits album where you start off with a banger and then you surpass that with an even bigger banger or something that's a bit more cult straight afterwards. And then your third track, you take the pace off a little bit and maybe start bringing it back up on 4. But then 5, you hit again. And they've only got 6 days, 6 announcements. And if you look at the list of games, obviously the announcements that they're going to cover, they said it would be... there we go. Pokemon Masters EX, Pokemon Sword and Shield. I don't even know what Pokemon Cafe Miss is. Pokemon Unite, P25 Music, and Pokemon Go. Some of those in there are banger games, some are not. So it might be up and down, or they might like end load it or backload it, however you want to call it. So they start off slow and build up towards the stuff towards the end of the week. But yeah, for having no Arceus in there, it says one of two things to me. There is no Arceus at all, and Pokemon have just gone, well, we're the Pokemon Company. We could have given you Arceus 10 years ago, but didn't. So we do what we want, which is like full-on Nintendo decisions. Or they do have Arceus content, and it's coming out on the day. Arceus has been such a greatly received game. I think it would be almost a travesty if they didn't have some content on the day itself. I hope that they do. If they don't, well, you know, it's just Nintendo / Pokemon things. You expect stuff doesn't mean it's going to happen.
Absolutely.
So we will keep you posted with anything that comes out through that. Pokemon Red in Arceus style Craigasm. Ooh, see, that's what I mean when I said they could have given us this game 10 years ago. They could have given it 20 years ago. That's what the people want. Provocative. I mean, it's nice that we have something that does that, and it's nice that Pokemon / the Pokemon Company know how successful it's been. So what they know, though, is that first 151 Pokemon is their ace in the hole. If they leave that a couple of years and roll that back out, then everyone turns around and pays attention to it again. So they could do some Brilliant Diamond, Shining Pearl, or the next generation of Pokemon to build on the top of that. And if it's not this year, it could be in a couple of years' time. And I wouldn't be surprised if they do start thinking about that. Because if Pokemon has its natural peak and then wanes off again, it's like, oh, okay, it was cool, and it's just more of the same again. Because that's what it kind of was. We got Generation 1, and then 2, 3, and then it was like, blah, 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 blah. And if we're at this, like, okay, 8, 9, they could be by Generation 10. Okay, we'll leave Generation 10. We'll go, boom, 150 is back. Yeah. And then come back with Gen 10 kind of thing. So, yeah, nice. Okay, before we wrap things up, let me give you a little little bit of a recap. Sticking with Pokemon and Nintendo, well, more Nintendo than Pokemon. This article is just a little bit of a state of play for their sales, as the Switch sales show no signs of slowing down. It generates $60 billion in revenue. This is written by Sean Murray, the gamer. It says, having passed the Wii, the Nintendo Switch is the best-selling Nintendo home console of all time. Did not expect that. Did not expect that at all. After watching those like 1-2 Switch videos where it's like, what the fuck is this? Didn't expect that. Even 2 years ago when I bought my Switch, I thought, okay, it's not going to get up to the Wii level. What the fuck did I know? What the fuck did I know?
Yeah.
So the Nintendo Switch has been on a... Is that a tear? I've never even heard that phrase. I mean, it could be tear or tear. I'm going to assume tear. It's been on a tear ever since it arrived back in 2017. It quickly surpassed all previous Nintendo home consoles in terms of sales, topping 100 million in sales last December and toppling the mighty PS3 last summer. Now, thanks to Nintendo's Q3 2022 financial results and some analysis from Tweaktown's Derek Strickland, we now know how much money all those sales have generated for Nintendo. Nintendo reported $59.8 billion in total cumulative sales revenues after the release of Switch as of March 2017. Although this number technically includes sales of Wii U and 3DS, sales of those older consoles have dropped off markedly, so we can assume most of those billions come from the Switch. Unlike other console manufacturers, Nintendo sells the Switch at a profit. In fact, it gets most of its revenue from hardware sales, with 33.16 or 55% of that 60 billion coming from consoles. The rest is made of video game sales, which totaled 764.41 million Switch games. What the fuck? The vast majority of Switch units sold are the base model, with the Switch Lite in second and the relatively new Switch OLED in third. And in other news, Wii Sports is coming back, but we'll put a pin in that one for now. As Bibby just takes a phone call, just as I'm about to throw him a question. Nice! There he is, look, hey! So I won't throw a question to Bibby. I will just wrap things up. Nintendo Switch is now the best-selling Nintendo home console of all time. I think it's only just the DS series of consoles left for it to jump past. And if it carries on at this pace, there he is. So what do you think, babe?
About the Switch stuff, yeah. I mean,
sorry, that was me setting you up for a fall there, because I did tell everyone, I was just about to ask him a question. He's on the phone, so now we're done. And now we'll just throw it.
I can still hear you through the headset, even though I had it there because it's so loud. I can still hear you.
I was just going to ask you one simple question. Is okay? It's now the biggest selling home console of all time, passing the Wii. Do you see this passing the DS range of consoles?
If it wouldn't surprise me if the most Nintendo thing is that they put all of their SKUs together. So the original Game Boy was still being put in the numbers with the Game Boy Color, even though that was like 10 years later,
like fucking 4 generations later. Kind of thing.
Yeah. So it wouldn't surprise me if there was to bring out a Switch Pro that they would put them numbers together, because I think they are putting the numbers together for the Switch Lite and the actual the original Switch and then the Switch OLED. I think they're putting all of those numbers together. So yes, I can see it eclipsing it, because I feel like they've got enough SKUs out there in the wild. The games are becoming more popular and popular as the years go on. It still baffles me that they actually make a profit off this, because the PlayStation and Xbox and that don't. They sell theirs as a loss leader and hope that their first party games actually end up, or Game Pass in this instance, make up the numbers later on down the line. So I can see it eclipsing it, because I don't know what they're going to do when they come for the revision, because there will be a revision, but we don't know when. And Nintendo don't care about how their graphics look or anything like that. I mean, arguably we could just say, look at Arceus. It doesn't look as good as some of the other games that are on that console, but it's doing them extremely well. So do they need a revision anytime soon? Are they bothered about making a revision anytime soon? They could still pump this out for the next 3 or 4 years and have it as a 10-year console cycle. Would they be asked about that? Probably not, because people will still come back for all the Pokemon games, Breath of the Wild. I actually thought that the Breath of the Wild 2, they would bring out a pro version of the console, or a Nintendo Switch 2, or whatever it is that they want to call the next consoles, but that doesn't look likely at all. So I genuinely don't think they are asked about what the capabilities of the console are. They're just going to push it to its limits for the next 3 or 4 years. So can I see it? Yes, as a collective, as the Switch Lite, the original Switch and OLED, I think so. I think if it has a lifespan as long as the DS did, because they had the DS, DS Lite, 3DS, 3DS XL, all of those stuff, I'm fairly certain all got put together. So, yeah, it wouldn't surprise me. It genuinely wouldn't.
Yeah, at this point, I kind of think I would be surprised if they don't do everything within their power to try keep it within the Switch generation, because what a statement that is for your shareholders. We have the best selling piece of hardware for video games ever.
Yeah.
Not we did 3-4 generations ago, a million lifetimes ago. This one right now. Okay, the DS sold tons. Arguably, you could say a lot of that was sold because people figured out how to get them R4 DS cartridges and they could play all of the games for free. So that's why it sold a shitload. This, none of that. This all above board, legitimately 5-6 different iterations of the console, but it was all sold nice. People wanted it. Yeah. And that's a huge message for shareholders, install bases and all the rest. So I wouldn't be surprised if they do push on for that now. A few years ago, I thought, okay, they'll move ahead. The hardware is so hamstrung compared to other platforms and devices, but that's just not stopped them. That they've gone from strength to strength and realized that, okay, you don't need 4K, you don't need 60 FPS. We could just give you experiences like Animal Crossings and stuff like that, and then you'll love it. Arceus looks a bit garbage compared to what other games out there, Temtem. But it is what it is. It's just if you want the Nintendo experience, you pay the Nintendo tax on, and then you get involved on the Nintendo systems, and that's it. That's it. So, yeah.
Who'd have thought that gaming on the go would still be as popular as it is now, Graham?
Yeah. I mean, I
say that very sarcastically. I would, because it's always been super popular.
I mean, I would and then wouldn't have thought, because I thought, okay, I'm buying into my Vita, and then how quickly that got dropped at the same time as the Wii U getting dropped. I thought, well, this is the end for gaming on the go. The Wii U tried to be that ish. The Vita just, PlayStation went, yeah, look at our child, and then kicked it straight out the door and locked it behind it and went, sorry, you can't come in this house. You don't live here anymore. Get out. Whereas the Switch came after that. I thought, Nintendo, how can they come back after the Wii U? The Wii was a flash in a pan. It was a bit of bottled lightning that they're never going to be able to remake again. They got lucky, and then they were found out with the Wii range. They're never going to, and then Switch comes along. And okay, I'm wrong. Nintendo knew what they were doing all wrong. They just did it a bit badly, and now they've done it exceptionally well. So, yeah, GG's. Nice. Now sort out the rest of your decisions about your creators and stuff like that, and we'll be good. Nice. Okay, let's go. Okay, message me when you're out, says says Lotus to Timeless. As he says, sorry, gents, I've got to go. Hospital appointment. Have a good show. Catch you soon. Enjoy-ish. Probably a better word for that, but good luck, whatever it is at the hospital. I hope you're all fit and healthy as you come out. Pokemon Red, and actually, are the Daymare games worth it? Says Enix. I need a new horror game, Bib. Thoughts?
Yes, they are decent. They are very good. We got the luxury of being able to sit down with the developers at Gamescom all those years ago and get to play. And I think I was the fastest to complete the demo because I'm a fucking legend.
Yeah, literally, they were like, "How the fuck have you played this before?" And Bib was like, "No, just shit hard."
But yeah, they're very, very good. I haven't. I don't know if the new one's come out yet or it's on its way out. But yeah, the original one's brilliant.
Yeah, yep. Salted or roasted nuts, Bib. Dry roasted, says Bib, always. However, these are the Walker's Max Strong Jalapeno Cheese Flavor 10 out of 10. I've not tried them. I'll take your word for it. Walker's Max, if you do want to get involved with the spawn, hashtag ad, hashtag spawn, hashtag could be, hashtag go on then. Yeah. Feel free to get involved. Neil says, I see you. Switch's ability is why it's so good.
No, we see you.
Yeah, we see you. Plus, it had a lot of good games that are on PS and Xbox. Yep, the Doom Eternals and stuff making the crossover. That's like a tent post release, and it wasn't long after as well that showed other developers, look, it's worth it. It's worth it. Get involved. Buzzing about the hats, gents. GG. If you haven't seen it, Neil, I'm assuming you probably have, but if you haven't seen it, it's in the Discord, but also ! Hats. There is the link. Sign up for our first merch drop within there. We will be doing them in batches of 10. About half an hour ago, which was about 5 minutes after us announcing it, we already had at least 7 in. So the first batch might...
8 now.
8, there you go. So the first batch form is already filled out. Nice. Okay, well, in that case, then you will be in the first batch-ish. There is also others that we have to include, like Tido, obviously. He's getting one. He won't have filled out the form because we're sending him one.
He has.
Has he filled it out?
Yeah.
Oh, bless him. Oh, bless him. Nice.
Well, at least we've got his address now anyway, so that's all we need from him.
So yeah, nice. Okay, well, we will process all of those and stuff, and then you'll all get your requested stuff, and that's great. Nice. So if anyone does get one, genuinely, we appreciate it very much. Thank you very much for supporting us. We aren't earning a packet off of any of these. Obviously, if we were, there'd be 35 quid each, like any other sort of online content outlet. 17 quid for a custom-made, embroidered and side-embroidered hat with internal strip printing, packaged and delivered with stickers. We don't make on that, as you can probably guess if you ever looked at getting your own merch before. We're not making money on these. It's more about giving you something back. We're just happy that you guys want to rep ICU, so thank you very much. We appreciate the support.
Heroes.
Yeah, nice. Thank you very much. But for now, we are going to disappear. Thank you, everyone, for sticking around for another episode of The Scoop. This is only the first one of the week. We have a few more, plus some video game streams. We're going to be playing PUBG on Wednesday and Saturday. Probably Skyrim on Sunday. Now Bibby's figured out how to sort his audio out. The moral of the story is just sit and wait for it to sort itself out. Job's a good one. Streaming audio. Who'd have thunk it, eh? So yeah, we're going to disappear now. Don't go anywhere, though. We will drop a raid on one of our friends. It's always nice to pass on the love to someone else. Plus, you get extra sprinkles, which are our channel points for going along with the raid. But before we do go anywhere, Mr. Bib, is there anything you want to add?
Yes, again, thank you very much to each and every single one of you that have helped shape this show today. But there are still 4 more shows for you to help shape. So if you do want to help shape those shows, Jesus Christ.
Can you share?
There is 2 ways to do so. First of all, find us on social media. It is at Ice Cream Uploads across all major social media platforms. Or alternatively, get involved with our Discord. There is an area there for you that all we need from you is a URL plus your thoughts and impressions. We will then give you our thoughts and impressions on the very next show, which will be at what time tomorrow? Mr. Graham Day.
Well, that will be at 10 a.m. Ish. 10 a.m.-ish. Yeah, we'll be live at 10 a.m.-ish, just like we are every single day of the week. Throughout the week, it can be quite flexible. From the weekend, less flexible because, it's the fun stuff. But throughout Monday to Friday, it's about delivering you the work. But we are working alongside that, so we do appreciate anyone that does drop in whenever we do go live. If you want to know exactly when we go live, if 10 a.m.-ish is not good enough for you, then just drop a follow on Twitch. That way you can get notified whenever we go live. Or join the Discord, because you can get notifications set up there to let you know exactly when we do go live. But for now, stick around. Enjoy the raid. We will see you at 10 a.m.-ish tomorrow. Until then... Stay frosty. Yeah.